Listening Library presents Star Wars Adventures in Wild Space, Books 4 through 6, by Tom Huddleston and Cavan Scott. Read for you by January LaVoy.
The Darkness. It is a time of darkness. With the end of the Clone Wars and the destruction of the Jedi Order, the evil Emperor Palpatine rules the galaxy unopposed. After their parents were kidnapped by the ruthless Imperial Captain Korda, young explorers Lina and Milo Graf set out to find them. For help in their quest, the children contacted rebel agents Mira and Ephraim Bridger on the peaceful planet Lothal. But before they could reach safety, Lina, Milo, and their faithful droid CR-8R were betrayed and imprisoned by the bounty hunter Shala Mondatha, aka the Shade. She intends to transport them back to Korda and collect the price on their heads. Chapter 1. Inmates. If he stood right up on his tiptoes, Milo Graf was just able to peer out through the porthole set high into the wall of their cramped cell. He could see nothing but a blanket of deep green, dotted with flecks of white. In the center was a tiny black smudge, getting smaller and smaller as the star freighter movable feast rose into the upper atmosphere. That shrinking dot was Capital City, bustling hub of the planet Lothal, and they were leaving it behind. Leaving behind their ship, the Whisperbird, and Milo's beloved Kowakian monkey lizard, Mork, who hadn't spent a day without his master since he'd hatched from the egg. And leaving behind their new friends, Mira and Ephraim Bridger, who had helped Milo and his sister Lina right when they'd needed it most. The Bridgers were the only ones who might have been able to help the Graf children find their parents, so they were leaving that hope behind too.
"We'll see them again,"
Lina said, putting her arms protectively around her brother.
"I know we will."
"No, you don't," Milo said softly. He could see the curve of the planet now, where the emerald shimmer of Lothal gave way to the blackness of space. "But thanks for trying to make me feel better." He turned, putting on his best smile. Lina ruffled his hair.
"What we need is some kind of plan,"
she said.
"There has to be a way out of here. A freighter like this wasn't designed to hold prisoners. The Shade must have converted one of the cargo bays. So maybe there's something she missed."
Lina turned, inspecting the narrow cell. 3 of the walls were plate durasteel, broken only by the little porthole. The 4th was a lattice of bars as thick as Milo's arm, inset with a sturdy gate and secured by a bulky electronic lock. It looked out into a broad hallway lined with more cells, 3 on either side. Lina peered out.
"There's a control panel down there by that door,"
she said.
"Maybe we could throw something, try to hit it. Take off one of your shoes."
"Why my shoes?" Milo asked. "Why not one of yours?"
"Okay, one of mine,"
Lina said, reaching down.
"If we hit the panel straight on, maybe it'll trigger the lock."
Milo looked doubtful.
"Captain Mondatha, the Shade. She may be evil, but she's not stupid. I don't think she'd put the cell controls right where anyone could get to them."
"Well, it's worth a try,"
Lina said, leaning out through the bars and taking aim.
"Maybe she doesn't expect us to try a trick like this because we're just kids. Or maybe she really is that dumb."
"You'll find I'm not." A woman's voice echoed through the empty corridor. Milo recognized the icy tones of the bounty hunter who had betrayed and imprisoned them back on Lothal. "Throw if you want to sit here in the dark. That's a light switch." Shala Mondatha, or the Shade as she preferred to be known, had been set on their trail by Captain Korda, the Imperial officer who had taken their parents. Now he was after the Graf children, too, desperate to get his hands on their droid, CR-8R, and the maps the droid was carrying around in his cranial databanks. Maps to wild space and the countless worlds the Grafs had spent their lives exploring. What Korda would do with the maps when he found them only he knew for sure. But Milo and Lina were determined not to let him have them.
Where are you taking us?
Lina demanded, not sure where to direct her angry stare. To Korda, of course, the voice came back. I just have one small errand, then I'll let him know where to pick you up. The droid, too.
Where's CR-8R?
Milo demanded.
What have you done with him?
Oh, he's unharmed, the shade told him. Look. The heavy door at the end of the cell block slid open, and a familiar figure floated in. CR-8R drifted toward them, hovering on his repulsors. His golden eyes lit up when he saw the children. Oh, Mistress Lina, Master Milo, the droid fussed. I'm so pleased to see you both safe and— Quiet, the shade snapped. CR-8R's voice stopped dead. You see? I can make him do whatever I want. Lina reached out, taking CR-8R's hand.
A restraining bolt,
she said, seeing the sturdy metal stud locked onto the droid's breastplate.
Oh, Crate. I'm so sorry.
CR-8R stared back helplessly, and Milo knew that as long as that bolt was in place, the droid would be unable to help them. As you see, all three of you are under my control, the shade cut in. Behave yourselves, and it will all be over soon.
Let us go!
Lina shouted, her temper fraying.
You'll pay for this, I swear!
No, the shade said coldly. I'll get paid for this. Very different. Through the speakers they heard the drone of an alarm. Good. They're here. The speakers cut out. Lina shook her head bitterly. Don't blame yourself, Mistress Lina, CR-8R said. If it's any consolation, I was fooled too. She did seem very friendly.
Well, that's the last time we trust a stranger,
Lina sighed.
Come here. Let me take a look at that bolt.
Milo turned back to the porthole. Lothal was distant now, a hazy green disk on a blanket of shimmering stars. Then with a start, he noticed that one of the stars was moving. There was a ship out there, catching the light from Lothal's sun as it banked toward them.
Someone's coming,
he told his sister. Lina joined him at the window. The speck of light was now recognizably a craft, its boxy, gray-white body framed by short, downward-facing wings. Laser cannons swiveled on either side of the sloping cockpit.
An Imperial troop transport,
Lina said. The craft dipped its wings as it circled above the movable feast. Milo saw docking clamps extending from the base.
Is it Korda?
He asked, feeling the pit of his stomach plummet.
Has he come for us?
There was a thud as the transport docked. The cell walls shook.
I don't know,
Lina said.
And I don't want to find out. Crate, come here. If I can pry that bolt off, maybe we've got a chance.
She reached through the bars, grasping at the collar around CR-8R's neck. She pulled as hard as she could, clawing with her nails. Milo heard a snap, and there was a flash of light. Lina leapt back.
Youch, she said. That hurt.
I'm afraid the restraining bolt has been fitted with an electric charge to prevent tampering, CR-8R explained.
Why didn't you tell me before?
Lina asked furiously. Captain Korda ordered me not to, CR-8R said. She thought it would be funny. And it was. The shade strode through the open doorway, shooting them a thin, humorless smile. She wore a dark green robe that flapped at her ankles, and her boot heels rang on the metal floor. Honestly, girl, what kind of fool do you take me for?
The kind that locks up kids and makes deals with the Empire?
Lina shot back.
Korda will kill you just for having seen us.
He might try, the bounty hunter admitted. He wouldn't be the first. But that's later. Now, join me in welcoming our guests. Milo felt his heartbeat quicken as 3 Imperial stormtroopers marched in lockstep through the doorway. Their armor gleamed, helmets turning left and right as their black eyes scanned the cell block.
You said you weren't taking us to him right away,
Milo protested.
You said, be quiet,
The ship.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?